Right now on the WHAS11 night team, you can see right here it's dry outside in downtown Louisville, but don't rule out the chance for a pop-up storm overnight. Hello everyone, I'm Alex Dieterer in for Doug Profit, joined by meteorologist Colleen Peterson. Colleen, we saw some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier this evening. Are there any storms out there right now for us?
It's been really quiet. It's just that one thunderstorm that's actually still on tracking. You can see it's right over Shelby County, starting to lose its strength, so we have no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, but there still is a flash flood warning. We got some reports of some minor flooding around LaGrange, some impassable roads because the storm just sat over Oldham County for 2 to 3 hours. And finally moving on to Shelby County, you could still see producing a lot of lightning over Highway 60 just east of Shelbyville right now. I've been watching to see if we're seeing any more hail, not seeing any reports, potentially some small size hail embedded in some of those downpours. So that'll be moving off to Frankfort here. It's a slow moving, maybe around 15 miles per hour, so maybe around 30 to 45 minutes. It'll make its way off to the east, but thankfully it is showing signs of weakening. In fact, our environment is weakening as well, so we actually downgraded the risk from a level 2 to a level 1, which is great, and it's no longer seeing some stronger wind gusts. It's really just some large hail potentially with maybe 1 or 2 thunderstorms in that forecast. Forecast model really not showing a whole lot. By midnight, maybe starting to see some rain. A thunderstorm could fire up around 1, 2 o'clock, but it's really not showing much. Our environment is starting to weaken, which is great news. So very low risk of maybe seeing one storm producing hail around a 20% tonight. We have more rain in that forecast tomorrow, especially tomorrow night with another risk of some strong storms. I'll talk about that impact coming up. Alex?
Thank you, Colleen. And ahead of what could be some stormy days, now is the time to download the free WHAS11 app. You can check the radar, get updates from the First Alert Storm Team, and have severe weather alerts sent right to your phone. Now to our top story here on the WHAS11 night team. In a packed room at City Hall today, Metro Council members, the mayor, and JCPS leaders said they're eager to look for solutions after JCPS voted to cut transportation for most magnet and traditional schools next year. The mayor even outlined a possible solution between JCPS and TARC. WHAS11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie explain how that proposal could address 2 different problems.
Well, Alex, today the mayor announced that TARC is facing a major cut to their budget, and impacted TARC drivers have the opportunity to become JCPS bus drivers. And TARC Union President Lillian Brentz tells me she isn't sure how this possible solution could work with the transit system facing a financial crisis.
JCPS parents and community leaders say they want a seat at the table to discuss transportation solutions for next school year.
We're very concerned about where he's going to go to school next year based on this transportation travesty that we're facing.
It comes after JCPS board members voted last week to cut transportation for most magnet and traditional students.
This is a community issue that we should resolve together, collectively.
One possible solution proposed by Mayor Craig Greenberg would address 2 ongoing transportation challenges, TARC and JCPS. TARC is in a financial bind since they're running out of funding from the American Rescue Plan. That means there will soon be less routes and fewer drivers.
That we convene a meeting this week immediately to start working through the details of how we can offer impacted TARC drivers the opportunity to be JCPS bus drivers and address their transportation challenges.
Mayor Greenberg says now is the time for his administration, Metro Council leaders, JCPS, TARC, and union members to collaborate. Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio says the district is ready to hire TARC drivers.
We will hire every single TARC driver that is available to us, and we will do that as quickly as we possibly can. I will say this to any TARC driver that is impacted, you will get a raise.
However, TARC Union President Lillian Brentz says she and other TARC employees are blindsided by this idea.
Any discussion in regards to going anywhere has not taken place with the union, TARC, or with the mayor.
Brent says with TARC needing $30 million in funding over the next 2 years, she isn't sure how this possible solution could solve the JCPS busing challenge.
TARC was JCPS plan, and TARC don't have a plan. Y'all want to know how y'all can help? fund the transit system here in Louisville.
City leaders say they hope by working together they can find ways to help students moving forward.
With partnership, they are solvable.
And the mayor says a meeting between the community, JCPS, and TARC will happen sometime this week. We will keep you updated on air and online when we learn more about those solutions. In studio, Taylor Woods, WHAS 1119 on your side.
All right, thank you, Taylor. And let's take a closer look at those TARC reductions. In a news release, the agency says without changes to the budget, they'll be unable to meet expected expenses by mid-2026. Those reductions will begin January 5th of 2025 and only affect fixed route service, not TARC 3. Under the reductions, they'll be shifting to Saturday level service. That means fewer scheduled buses every hour. The changes will not affect TARC's 4 busiest routes. That's 4th Street, Dixie Road, Broadway, and Preston Highway. Metro Council still has to approve the TARC budget. Louisville Metro Council is planning to vote on a set of 2 Louisville Fraternal Order of Police contracts. The 120 pages of collective bargaining agreements address issues like working conditions, job benefits, and raising police salaries. Ahead of the council's vote, the community was able to address the Public Safety Committee tonight to share both criticism and support.
Police need a raise. We need more cops.
4 days after 2 Louisville Fraternal Order of Police, or FOP, contracts were made public, community members addressed the Louisville Public Safety Committee ahead of the Metro Council's vote.
More money to the police equals less for the rest of our vital city services.
One of the main issues the contracts tackle is a pay increase to officers.
We're losing too many officers to other departments for more money and less crime. Mount Washington doesn't have 13-year-olds on the ground with AK-47s. We do.
If both proposals pass Metro Council, all LMPD officers and sergeants will see an immediate 7% boost in pay. Another round of raises would go into effect in July, which would bring starting officer pay to $60,552 a year.
Public safety comes from a healthy network of city services and amenities, not a militarized police force who are paid in an attempt to recruit better people. You're just paying the bad ones more.
One resident who addressed the committee in support of the FOP contracts was Rebecca Grignon-Recker. She lost her husband, LMPD officer Peter Grignon, in 2005 when he was killed in the line of duty. She now serves as executive director for the Louisville Metro Police Foundation.
I walked out into the hallway to leave the hospital without my husband, and the corridor was filled with a sea of blue. Peter's brothers and sisters in law enforcement gathered around me and supported us as we rebuilt our lives.
Some are hopeful the contracts pass to recruit more officers.
This department is far different than it was 25 years ago. You know, I want to see change take place. I want to see good officers be compensated, and I want to see bad officers gone.
Others are asking the council to send the contracts back.
LMPD has done nothing to earn additional funding and increased power to investigate themselves while they continue to commit these crimes against the citizens of our city.
The mayor's office and FOP both signed off on the contract last Monday. A statement from Mayor Craig Greenberg's office says, in part, quote, "These 2 collective bargaining agreements set forth a new standard to better support our first responders and the families across our city who depend on them." 1 year after a mass shooting left 2 people dead at Chickasaw Park, city leaders and community leaders gathered today to call for justice and an end to violence in Louisville. 28-year-old Diaji Goodman and 17-year-old David Huff Jr. were killed in the shooting. 4 others were injured. Today, Huff's father returned to the park to remember his only child.
I think that's the most devastating thing that I go through, is that all I wanted to see him is be a man. He was 17, he would have been 18 in like 5 months.
In the past year, the city says they've taken steps to make the park safer, like installing new lighting with more on the way. So far, however, police have not made an arrest in this case. While hundreds were gathered in the park the night of the shooting, LMPD still needs a witness to come forward with information.
Our investigators did not forget families and faces those who were shot and killed. They are working tirelessly to build cases. But if no one would say they know or they see anything, then how are we able to bring justice to the families? Louisville, we got to do better.
If you know anything that could help police, leave an anonymous tip by calling the number right here on your screen, 574-LMPD, or visit their online portal.